Guys, it's Hook here. Today I'm going to cover the easiest way I found to get some of the hardest and grindiest trophies in the game done, as well as their related penances, including flawless execution or completing 10 consecutive no downs runs on Malice Threat or higher, and the obnoxiously grindy Purge the Heretic for 40,000 kills. And also, if you want to play solo with bots, then stick around to the end because I have a section that covers how to do that. Okay, let's start with Flawless Execution and Dream Team. We're going to cover both of these at once. So we're going to use expeditions for these. Our goal here is to complete the expedition in 3 minutes or less with no downs. You access these here, and I pretty much exclusively did Expedition Beta. And you want to focus on not only your survivability, but your teammates' survivability here. So I'm running a Zealot with the Chorus of Spiritual Fortitude skill. This is really useful because it stuns all the enemies and it buffs everybody's toughness. I did a lot of these in private matches with a friend and 2 bots, but the method I'm going to show you is with all 3 bots. Again, stick around to the end of the video for methods on how to set that up. When you first spawn in, the first thing you're going to do is hit right on the D-pad to pull up the scanner and find the exit point and mark it so that it now appears in the compass at the top of the screen. And now we're simply going to run there. Since I have 3 bots, I'm doing my best to clear most of the enemies as quick as I can as we run into them, but mostly I'm just trying to avoid them. Okay, here we are at the extraction. Call it in. You will want to keep an eye on your teammates' toughness and health, as well as your own, obviously. And if anyone gets low, you'll want to pop that skill so that everyone's toughness gets a boost and all the enemies in the radius get stunned. Okay, the shuttle's nearly arrived. Okay, the shuttle's coming. The entrance to the shuttle's always going to be closest to where the red smoke is. Just buffing everybody again with the skill just to make sure we all get on the shuttle. And there we go, a completed run on Malice difficulty or higher with no downs, done in 3 minutes or less. And now on your 10th consecutive run doing this, you will unlock Flawless Execution as well as its related penances. And after extraction number 100, which doesn't have to be consecutive, you will also have unlocked Dream Team and its related penances. Okay, let's talk about like a 4-leaf clover for getting 4 characters to level 30. Don't attempt to farm this until you've done pretty much everything else in the game because you'll get natural progress here. Okay, step 1 is you need to go do the Bell Puzzle Easter egg. There's a pop-up link with a guide on how to do this. It's pretty easy. You're going to do it on the lowest possible difficulty. Once you've done that puzzle one time, it's going to unlock a shortcut across all of your characters for Mission 12. So now we've done the Easter egg, so we can come back to Mission 12 and we're going to do it on the highest difficulty we have unlocked. And now there will be a bell here right at the start of the mission. Now all human players need to hit the bell, and that's a minimum of 2. Once everyone has hit the bell, you will immediately teleport to the end of the level where you fight the twins. So go jump in that elevator and press the button. And now your goal is to simply die as fast as you can at the hands of the twins. Doing this on Damnation will net you about 4,500 XP in 3 minutes or less, depending on how many XP bonus curios you have equipped, and will enable you to get to level 30 pretty quickly on any particular character. Okay, let's talk about Purge the Heretic for killing 40,000 enemies. This is another one that you don't want to grind until you've done literally every other trophy and penance in the game that you want to get done. You're going to do Mortis trials for these. If I was doing this solo with bots, then doing it on Uprising was perfectly good for me. There was enough enemies. And for all of these Mortis trials, the method is the same. We simply want to get to wave 3 as quick as we can. That's an infinite spawn, so long as you don't do the objectives. If you get the Steel map, then you want to run down to an area on the right, and I'm going to tuck in behind this little balcony area. This ledge can be useful because up here mutants can't get you, and neither can dogs, or that dog either. Flamers and bursters can still get you though, so you'll have to deal with those and however you normally would. Mostly though, it's just a matter of staying here and killing enemies as long as you can stand doing it. Note, if your wave 3 does not contain very many specials, then I would recommend you just get on the ground down about here. It'll go quicker than standing up on the shelf. Also do note, if you're trying to keep track of your kills in mid-match, holding touchpad will show you any penances that you've previously favorited, so make sure to favorite the Purge the Heretic penance so you can track it during a match if you want to. Now if you get the snow map, then we're simply going to start the trial and then hang out in this area right at the start. When we stand here in wave 3, all of the enemies are going to come from the left and the right only, and none of them have good line of sight on us when we stand here, which means all the ranged attackers have to come close around the corner and we can kill them pretty easy. So here they come from the left and the right, and we're just going to do our best to mow them all down. And after a good few hours of frenzied killing, you will unlock Purge the Heretic and its associated penances. Okay, finally, let's talk about Frenzied Killer. This is for killing 90 enemies in 30 seconds or less. So with a little bit of setup, this one's relatively easy. Want to be playing as an Ogren, you want the maul and shield as your primary weapon, and the twin-linked heavy stubber as your secondary. You want to make sure you have the frag bomb set as your grenade, and you want to make sure you have point-blank barrage set as your skill. So we want to go to our normal location on the steel map, and we're going to wait behind the shield for enemies to gather up. Okay, we've got some enemies, so now I'm going to throw that frag bomb. And now I immediately switch to that twin-linked stubber and start shooting any enemies I see. And then after a little while, I'm going to pop that skill, point-blank barrage, which immediately reloads the gun and increases the rate of fire and increases the damage. Now, I was right at the end of a round here, and so was running out of enemies, but even so, I still got it. So keep shooting, you'll get it too. And you too will unlock Frenzied Killer and its associated penances. Okay, let's talk about how you can play solo with bots if you need to. While you do need a friend to start a true private match, you can play matches with all bots if you make a few changes to the game options and the way you start missions. Note, the method I'm showing you works on console, but probably won't work very well on PC. So head into your game options, then interface, then scroll all the way down to the bottom till you find crossplay. And you want to turn crossplay off here. Next, head on over to the mission type that you want to do. I'm going to show you Mortis Trials, but this will work with any type of mission. And when you get into the mission screen, select Mission Terminal options. And the server that's shown at the top there is your default matchmaking server for the region that you live in. We are going to change it to something else. I live in the USA, and the time I'm recording this, it's mid-morning for me, but my phone tells me that it's the middle of the night in Australia. So I'm going to set this to South Pacific, and then go start a normal public match of Mortis Trials, but because I have crossplay off, and we're searching in a matchmaking server in Australia in the middle of the night, it will hopefully fail to find any other players. And good, it did not find any other players, so I'm just going to ready up immediately in the lobby here. And now I have started my Mortis Trials match, and I have 3 bots with me. Now remember, it is a public game, so technically people still could join at any time, but again, because crossplay is off and the server is in Australia and it's in the middle of the night, I should be fairly good to run this mission however I like, just with bots. If you want to play with bots, then give this a try, maybe it'll work for you too. And that's it guys, that's how you can easily do some of the grindiest and most difficult trophies in the game. Hope that helps, and I'll catch you in the next one.